My beloved child, I am coming to you in this quiet and sacred moment, because I know that your mind has been running a marathon that never seems to reach a finish line, and I want to offer you a place to finally rest your weary head. I see you there, lying awake in the darkness while the rest of the world is sleeping, playing out 100 different scenarios in your mind, trying to predict a future that has not yet been written. You are so tired of running these mental simulations, exhausted from trying to prepare for every possible disaster, every potential failure, and every curveball that life might throw your way. I know that this constant vigilance feels like a necessity to you, a way to keep yourself safe from the unknown, but in reality, it is a heavy chain that is weighing down your spirit and stealing the joy from your present moments. I am here to gently unlock that chain, to whisper peace into the chaotic storm of your thoughts, and to remind you that you do not have to hold the weight of tomorrow on your own shoulders today. I know that lately, the silence of the night has not been a comfort to you, but rather a canvas upon which your deepest fears paint their most vivid and terrifying pictures of what might go wrong. You have been asking yourself questions that have no easy answers, spiraling down pathways of what if and how will I, until your heart races and your breath feels shallow in your chest. This mental exhaustion is deeper than just a lack of sleep. It is a soul weariness that comes from trying to be the god of your own life, trying to control outcomes that are far beyond your reach. I want you to know that I see this hidden labor, this invisible work of worry that you do when no one is watching, and I want to take that burden from you right now. You were never designed to carry the infinite variables of the future in your finite mind. You were created to trust the one who holds all of those variables in his hands. It is not a sign of weakness that you are feeling this way. Rather, it is a sign that you care deeply about your life and the lives of those you love, and you want to steward your future well. But there is a difference between stewardship and control, and you have crossed the line into a place where you feel responsible for things that only I can manage. You have been living in a state of high alert, constantly scanning the horizon for threats, believing that if you just think hard enough, you can prevent pain from touching you. But my love, this is a false sense of control, and it is draining the life right out of you, leaving you brittle and anxious. I want to invite you back into a place of trust, where you can close your eyes at night and actually sleep, knowing that I am awake and watching over you and your future. I hear the silent sighs that escape your lips when you think about the decisions looming in front of you, the heavy choices that feel like they will define the rest of your life. You feel like you are standing at a crossroads in the middle of a dense fog, unable to see more than a few feet in front of you, terrified that one wrong step will lead you off a cliff. The pressure to get it right is suffocating, and it has paralyzed you, keeping you stuck in the same spot because standing still feels safer than moving in the wrong direction. But I want to tell you that I am not a god who plays games with your destiny, hiding my will like a needle in a haystack for you to struggle to find. I am a shepherd who leads his sheep, and even if you take a wrong step, my rod and my staff are there to gently guide you back to the path of life. You have been carrying a quiet emotion of longing, a desperate wish for someone to just come along and tell you exactly what to do, to hand you a map with the destination clearly marked. You look at others who seem to move with such confidence and certainty, and you wonder why your path feels so obscure, so full of twists and turns and shadows. You wonder if you have done something to cause this confusion, if perhaps you have missed a sign or ignored a whisper, and now you are lost in the wilderness. Let me reassure you, my child, that you are not lost. You are simply in a season where I am teaching you to walk by faith and not by sight. The fog is not a punishment. It is a classroom where you are learning to listen to my voice more than you rely on your own vision. I know the unseen pain of feeling like you are running out of time, the ticking clock that seems to grow louder with every passing day that brings no clarity. You compare your timeline to the timelines of the world, and you feel like you are falling behind, missing benchmarks, and failing to achieve what you thought you would have by now. This anxiety about timing is a thief, stealing your gratitude for what is here and now, and replacing it with a frantic need to rush into a future that isn't ready for you yet. I hold time in my hands, and I am never late, nor am I ever early. I am always right on time, and your life is unfolding exactly according to my divine rhythm, not the world's frantic pace. You can release the pressure to catch up, because in my kingdom the last shall be first, and what looks like a delay is often a divine setup. Let us look at the signs that are marking this season of your life, for they are not indicators of failure, but evidence of a deep spiritual shift happening within you. One of the clearest signs is that you have begun to crave stability more than you crave excitement, a desire for roots rather than just wings. In the past, you may have chased the thrill of the new, the adrenaline of the unknown, but now your soul is asking for a foundation that cannot be shaken. This is not because you are becoming boring or old. It is because you are maturing, and your spirit knows that to build something lasting, you need solid ground. I am planting this desire in you because I am preparing to build something great upon your life. And great structures require deep, stable foundations that take time to settle. You have also noticed that you are becoming far more sensitive to the difference between peace and pressure, and you are learning to recoil from things that disturb your spirit. In the past, you might have pushed through the warning signs, driven by ambition or the fear of missing out. But now, if a situation steals your peace, you want nothing to do with it. This heightened discernment is a gift from my spirit, a protective mechanism I have installed in you to keep you from walking into traps disguised as opportunities. You are learning that my voice sounds like still waters and green pastures, not like the frantic, driving whip of a taskmaster. Trust this sensitivity, for it is your compass in the fog, guiding you toward the places where my blessing resides. Another sign you are experiencing is the undeniable sense that a major decision point is approaching, even if you cannot yet see exactly what that decision will entail. It feels like the air before a storm, heavy and charged with potential, and you know in your bones that a chapter is closing and a new one is waiting to be written. This sense of anticipation is mixed with dread because you do not know what the new chapter holds, but I want you to view it with excitement. I am preparing you for a shift, loosening your grip on the old ways and the old places so that your hands are free to grasp the new things I am bringing. Do not fear the transition. I am the bridge over the troubled waters of change. You are finding that the things that used to satisfy you or distract you no longer hold the same power, and you are left with a hunger for something real and substantial. The entertainment, the social obligations, the superficial goals, they all feel hollow now, like dust in your mouth, and you are searching for meaning that goes deeper than the surface. This dissatisfaction is a holy hunger, a sign that you have outgrown the container you have been living in and are ready for expansion. I am weaning you off the milk of the world so that you can digest the meat of my kingdom, preparing you for a future where your purpose will be clearer and your impact greater. You are not depressed. You are just realizing that you were made for more than just survival. There is a sign in your hesitation, a pause that you might be interpreting as procrastination or fear, but which is actually a holy waiting. You are hesitant to move because you haven't received the go signal from me yet. And deep down, you know that moving without me is a recipe for disaster. The world calls this indecision, but I call it dependence, and it is a beautiful thing in my eyes. You are learning to wait upon the Lord, to sync your heartbeat with mine, and to refuse to take a step until my presence goes with you. This waiting is active, not passive. It is a posture of listening, of readiness, of a soldier waiting for the command of the captain before charging into battle. You have also felt a drawing away from the crowd, a need for solitude and silence that feels urgent and necessary for your sanity. You find yourself overwhelmed by too many voices, too many opinions, and too much noise, and you just want to be alone to hear your own thoughts and mine. This is a sign that I am calling you into the secret place, the inner chamber where I share my secrets with my friends. I am drawing you away not to isolate you, but to insulate you, to wrap you in my presence so that I can download the wisdom and strength you will need for the future. Do not resist this pull toward quietness. It is the fueling station for your journey. I see the struggle of overthinking that has become your constant companion, the way your mind dissects every conversation, every possibility, and every potential outcome until there is nothing left but dust. You suffer from the paralysis of analysis, stuck in a loop of thinking that prevents you from ever actually doing, and it makes you feel trapped in your own head. You worry that if you don't think of everything, you will miss something crucial, but this overthinking is actually blinding you to the simple, clear leading of my spirit. I want to quiet your racing mind, to put a stop to the endless spinning, and to help you take one simple, trust-filled step. You do not need to figure it all out. You just need to follow the one who already has. The fear of choosing wrong is a giant that stands in your path, casting a long shadow over your future and making you feel small and incapable. You are terrified that you have one shot at destiny, and that if you miss the mark, you will be doomed to a second-rate life, forever regretting the path not taken. This fear is a lie from the enemy, designed to keep you frozen in fear, because he knows that a moving object is harder to hit. My will for you is not a tightrope where one slip means death. It is a wide open field of grace, where even your mistakes can be redeemed and woven into a beautiful tapestry. You cannot ruin my plan for you as long as your heart is seeking me. I am bigger than your wrong turns. You struggle with a deep and nagging anxiety about money, wondering if there will be enough to support the future you dream of, or even to sustain the present you are living. You look at the economy, at your bank account, at the rising costs, and you feel a knot of fear in your stomach that tells you security is impossible. This scarcity mindset keeps you playing small, afraid to take risks or to be generous, because you are holding on so tight to what you have. But I am Jehovah Jireh, your provider, and my resources are not limited by the world's markets or your paycheck. I want you to trust me with your provision, knowing that I feed the sparrows and clothe the lilies, and you are worth far more to me than they. I know the anxiety you feel about relationships, the fear of being alone or the fear of being with the wrong person, or the pain of relationships that are shifting and changing. You wonder if you will have the support system you need, if you will find the love you desire, or if you will lose the people who mean the most to you. The uncertainty of human connection is scary because people are unpredictable, but I am the friend who sticks closer than a brother. I am orchestrating the divine connections you need, bringing the right people into your life at the right time, and removing those who cannot go where you are going. Trust me with your heart. I know how to handle it with care. You often feel a profound sense of loneliness in your responsibility, as if the weight of your life rests entirely on your shoulders, and no one else truly understands the burden. You look around and see others who seem to have help, who have partners or parents or mentors to guide them, and you feel like an orphan having to figure it all out by yourself. This feeling of isolation is heavy, but I want to remind you that you are never, ever alone in your responsibility. I am yoked with you, walking right beside you, pulling the heavy load so that you can find rest for your soul. We are in this together, and I take personal responsibility for the outcome of your life when you surrender it to me. There is a shame that washes over you when you can't just relax, when well-meaning people tell you to stop worrying, and you find that you simply cannot turn off the switch. You feel like a bad Christian, a person of little faith, because you are struggling with anxiety, and this shame only adds to the heavy weight you are carrying. You think that if you trusted me enough, you wouldn't feel this way, but feelings are not always facts, and anxiety is often a physical response to a spiritual battle. I do not condemn you for your worry. I have compassion for you, and I want to help you carry it, not shame you for having it. Come to me with your heavy heart. I am a safe place to land. You struggle with the fear of the unknown, viewing the blank pages of your future not as a canvas for a masterpiece, but as a dark void where monsters might be hiding. The uncertainty feels like a threat, and you grasp for control, trying to fill in the blanks with your own plans, just so you don't have to face the empty space. But the unknown is where I do my best work, where I can surprise you with blessings you never saw coming and open doors you didn't even know existed. I am asking you to make friends with the mystery, to trust that the blank pages are being written by an author who loves you and who writes happy endings. You feel the pressure of unfulfilled potential, the nagging sense that there is more inside of you that hasn't been released, and you are afraid it will die with you. You look at the gifts and dreams I have placed in you, and you feel the clock ticking, worrying that you are wasting your life or missing your moment. This pressure creates a frantic energy that is not of me, for I am the one who brings the harvest in its season. Your potential is safe in my hands, and I will ensure that every seed I have planted in you comes to fruition at the perfect time. You do not have to force your destiny. You just have to abide in the vine. I see the struggle of regret, where you look back at the past and worry that your previous choices have permanently limited your future options. You replay the if-onlys in your mind, grieving the time you lost, the mistakes you made, and the opportunities you let slip through your fingers. But I am the Redeemer of time, the God who restores the years the locusts have eaten, and I can do more in a moment of my favor than you can do in a lifetime of striving. Your past does not dictate your future, my power does, and I am not finished with you yet. Do not let the shadows of yesterday darken the light of your tomorrow. You struggle with trusting your own intuition, your own ability to hear me, because you have been confused or hurt in the past when you thought you knew the way. You second-guess every gut feeling, wondering if it is God or just pizza, or your own wishful thinking, and this doubt leaves you spinning in circles. I want to restore your confidence in your ability to hear my voice, for my sheep know my voice, and a stranger they will not follow. As you spend time with me, your ear will become tuned to my frequency, and the confusion will lift like morning mist. You are not deaf to me. You are just learning the language of the Spirit. There is a deep weariness that comes from holding it all together, from being the strong one for everyone else while you are crumbling on the inside. You feel like you can't afford to fall apart because everything depends on you, so you suppress your emotions and soldier on. But this facade is exhausting, and I want you to know that you don't have to be strong for me. I am strong for you. You can let down your guard, you can cry. You can admit that you are scared, and the world will not end. In fact, it is in your weakness that my strength is made perfect. You are afraid that if you surrender control to me, I might ask you to do something you don't want to do, or go somewhere you don't want to go. You have a fear that my will is going to be unpleasant or painful, based on a misunderstanding of my nature as a good father. You think surrender means losing, but in my kingdom, surrender is the only way to win. I want to give you the desires of your heart, not crush them, but I need you to trust that I know what will truly make you happy better than you do. My plans for you are good, pleasing, and perfect, designed to bring you joy, not sorrow. I see the struggle of envy when you see others stepping into their certainty, while you are still in the hallway of waiting. It is hard to clap for others when your hands are empty, hard to celebrate their engagement, their promotion, their breakthrough when you are still praying for yours. This envy is a poison that hurts you more than anyone else, and I want to wash it from your heart with the assurance that I have a custom-made blessing just for you. You are not in competition with anyone. Your race is unique, and your prize is secure. Keep your eyes on your own lane, for looking sideways only slows you down. Now receive this revelation that will anchor your soul. I guide my children in daily bread, not in lifetime supplies, and this is for your own good. If I gave you the blueprint for the next 10 years, you would be overwhelmed by the challenges and tempted to skip the growth process. I give you enough light for the step you are on, enough strength for the day you are in, and that is all you need. The manna in the wilderness spoiled if they tried to hoard it for tomorrow. You must learn to trust me for fresh grace every single morning. Your future is not a lump sum, it is a daily walk. Understand that uncertainty is not the enemy of faith. It is the very environment where true trust becomes real and tangible. If you knew everything, you would need no faith, for faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. The darkness of the unknown is the womb where your spiritual muscles are developed, where you learn to hold onto my hand because you cannot see the path. I am using this season of uncertainty to forge a bond of trust between us that is unbreakable, a bond that will serve you for the rest of your eternity. Clarity often follows movement, not the other way around. You are waiting for clarity before you move, but I am waiting for you to move so I can give you clarity. It is like a car with automatic headlights. The lights shine further down the road as the car moves forward. You must take a step of faith, however small, and as you do, the next portion of the path will be illuminated. Do not be afraid to make a mistake. A steering wheel is useless on a parked car, but I can easily steer a moving one. Trust that if you move in the wrong direction with a pure heart, I will redirect you. The peace you are looking for is not found in knowing the future. It is found in knowing the one who holds the future. You are searching for information, for answers, for guarantees, but what you really need is presence. When you are in my presence, the questions lose their power to terrify you, not because they are answered, but because you realize who is with you. I am the answer to every question your heart is asking, and in me, you have everything you need. Seek my face, not just my hand, and you will find the rest you are craving. Your future is not a random series of events. It is a carefully curated story that I am writing with love and purpose. Every twist, every turn, every delay, and every detour is part of the plot, designed to develop your character and display my glory. You are the protagonist of a divine narrative, and I am the master storyteller who knows exactly how to bring all the threads together in the end. Trust the author, Even when the current chapter is confusing or painful, the ending is going to be better than you can imagine. I want you to know that I am working in the background, in the silence, in the places where you cannot see any activity. Just because you don't see the evidence of my work doesn't mean I am idle. Roots grow deep in the dark soil long before the shoot breaks the surface. I am aligning circumstances, softening hearts, and preparing opportunities that are currently invisible to you. Your waiting is not wasted time. It is gestation time, and soon you will see the birth of what I have been preparing. The anxiety you feel is often a signal that you are trying to live in tomorrow while your body is in today, and that stretching causes pain. You only have grace for this moment right here, right now. You do not have grace for next week's problems yet. When you mentally travel to the future to solve problems that haven't happened, you are going into a battle without your armor. Come back to the present moment, for that is where I am, and that is where your power lies. Be here now with me. Realize that your security does not come from your job, your bank account, your spouse, or your plans. It comes from your identity as my beloved child. All those other things can change or fade, but my love for you is an unshakable rock that will never move. When you build your house on the rock of my love, the storms of uncertainty can blow, but your house will not fall. You are secure not because of what you know, but because of who knows you. I am teaching you the art of surrender, which is not giving up, but giving over the burden of control to the only one who can actually handle it. Surrender is the most liberating thing you can do, for it takes the weight of the world off your shoulders and places it on mine. It is a daily choice to open your clenched fists and say, "Not my will, but yours be done." In that surrender, you will find a peace that passes all understanding, a peace that makes no sense to the world but makes perfect sense in the kingdom. The delays you are experiencing are often my divine protection, keeping you from entering a room before you are ready, or before the room is ready for you. I see the dangers ahead that you cannot see, and I sometimes put up a roadblock to save you from a cliff. Thank me for the closed doors as much as the open ones, for the no is just as much a sign of my love as the yes. I am guarding your going out and your coming in, ensuring that you arrive at your destiny safely. Your value is not determined by your productivity, your clarity, or your success. You are valuable simply because you exist and because you are mine. You do not have to earn your keep or prove your worth by figuring everything out. You can just be. Rest in the knowledge that you are loved unconditionally, not for what you do, but for who you are. This truth will anchor you when the waves of uncertainty try to toss you around. I am using this time to purify your motives, to reveal what is truly in your heart, and to align your desires with mine. Sometimes the confusion is meant to sift you, to expose the idols of comfort or control that you have been worshiping. As you let go of these idols, you become lighter, freer, and more ready to run the race I have set before you. Allow the refining fire to do its work. You will come out as pure gold. There is a freedom in admitting, "I don't know," in acknowledging your limitations and your need for a guide. The world praises the self-made man who knows everything, but I praise the humble heart that leans on me. Your dependence is not a liability. It is your greatest asset, for it connects you to the source of all wisdom and power. Be okay with not knowing, for I know, and that is enough. The future I have for you is good, full of hope and promise, regardless of how bleak the current landscape may look. I have thoughts toward you of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. The fears you have are based on the lies of the enemy, who wants you to believe that I am holding out on you or setting you up to fail. Reject those lies and embrace the truth of my goodness. I am for you, not against you. Remember that even the heroes of faith walked through seasons of profound uncertainty. Abraham went out not knowing where he was going, and Joseph spent years in a prison of waiting. You are in good company, walking the ancient path of those who trusted God in the dark. Their stories didn't end in the confusion, and neither will yours. Their faithfulness was rewarded, and so will yours be. So I encourage you, my child, to stop asking for the whole scroll of your life to be unrolled, and instead ask for the next sentence. Pray, Lord, what is the one thing you want me to do today? And then do that one thing with all your heart. It might be something small, making a phone call, forgiving a friend, washing the dishes, or simply resting. Whatever it is, do it as an act of worship, trusting that this small stone is part of the bridge to your future. Choose one decision you can make this week, even a small one, to break the paralysis of overthinking. Action cures fear, indecision feeds it. Pick something you have been putting off and just decide, trusting that I will catch you if you fall. Reclaim your agency, your ability to choose, and step out of the trap of passivity. You are not a victim of life, you are a participant in it. Replace the question, what if, with the declaration, even if. What if I fail? Even if I fail, God will pick me up. What if I run out of money? Even if I run out, God will provide. What if I am alone? Even if I am alone, God is with me. This shift in language changes everything, for it takes the power away from the fear and places it on my faithfulness. There is no even if that I cannot handle. Take time to remember your history with me, to look back at the faithfulness I have shown you in the past. Remember the times I came through at the last minute, the times I healed your heart, the times I provided when there was no way. I am the same God yesterday, today, and forever. I did not bring you this far to leave you now. Let your memory be the fuel for your faith in this new season. Guard your heart from the noise of the world, from the doom scrolling and the fear-mongering that feeds your anxiety. Curate your environment to speak life and hope, listening to worship, reading my word, and surrounding yourself with people who believe in your future. Your spirit is sensitive right now. Treat it with care and fill it with truth. Practice gratitude aggressively, hunting for the small mercies that are scattered throughout your day. Gratitude realigns your perspective, taking your eyes off what is missing and fixing them on what is present. It is impossible to be paralyzed by fear and filled with gratitude at the same time. Thank me for the breath in your lungs, the roof over your head, and the hope in your heart. Release the need to explain your path to everyone else. You do not need their approval or their understanding to follow me. Some people will not get it. They will think you are foolish or lost, but they are not the ones calling you. Walk your path with confidence, knowing that you answer to an audience of one. Your vindication will come from the fruit of your obedience, not from your arguments. Be gentle with yourself in this season. Do not beat yourself up for struggling or for being afraid. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would show a frightened child. Speak words of comfort to your own soul, reminding yourself that you are doing the best you can, and that is enough. I am not angry with you. I am walking with you. Lean into community, even when you want to hide. Let others bear the burden with you. Share your fears with a trusted friend who can pray for you when you don't have the words. We are members of one body, and when one part hurts, the whole body gathers around to heal it. You are not meant to carry this alone. Trust in the timing of your life, knowing that there is a season for everything under heaven. You are not late, You are in your time zone. The flower does not compete with the tree. They both bloom when they are created to. Your blooming season is coming, and it will be beautiful and unique to you. I am giving you permission to rest, to take a break from the constant striving and worrying. The world will keep spinning if you take a nap. The future will still be there if you take a day off. Sabbath is a weapon against anxiety, a declaration that I am God and you are not. Rest is an act of trust. Listen for my whisper in the simple things, in the wind, in a song, in the laughter of a friend. I am speaking all the time, but you must tune your ear to hear the frequency of love. I am reassuring you, comforting you, and guiding you in ways you might miss if you are looking for a spectacular sign. The supernatural is often hidden in the natural. Hold on to the promise that I have begun a good work in you, and I will perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. I am not a quitter. I finish what I start. You are my workmanship, my project, and I am committed to seeing you through to completion. You can trust the architect of your soul. Do not let the uncertainty steal your joy. Joy is a weapon of warfare that confuses the enemy. Choose to rejoice in the Lord always, not because everything is perfect, but because I am on the throne. Let your joy be a defiance against the darkness, a statement that you trust me no matter what. Your story is going to help someone else one day. The confusion you feel now will become the wisdom you share later. You are going through this school of trust, so you can teach others how to walk in the dark. Your pain is not wasted. It is being transformed into purpose. Breathe in my peace and breathe out your worry. Inhale the assurance that I am with you. Exhale the fear of the unknown. Let your breath be a prayer, a rhythm of receiving and releasing. I am right here, closer than your very breath. As you lay your head down tonight, visualize yourself placing your future into my hands, like a heavy package you are finally setting down. Leave it there. Do not pick it up again in the morning. It is safe with me. You can sleep now. Walk forward with courage, knowing that the Red Sea didn't part until the feet of the priests touched the water. The miracle is in the movement. Take the step, risk the fall, and watch me catch you. I have never failed you yet, and I won't start now. Finally, I invite you to stay connected to this stream of encouragement, to keep coming back to the well that waters your soul. If this message has brought you peace, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, not as an obligation, but as a way to ensure you hear my whispers when you need them most. I have so much more to say to you, so much love to pour out. Go now in the assurance that your future is held by the hands that flung the stars into space. You are safe. You are loved. You are guided. The uncertainty is just the wrapping paper on a beautiful gift I am about to open for you. Trust me. All is well.